Welcome to Trendy Talks, where we bring you the latest updates on today's hottest topics. In today's episode, we dive into the recent escalation as Iran launches a missile attack on Israel. Stay tuned for an in-depth analysis and expert insights. Iran launched more than 300 cruise missiles, ballistic missiles, and drones toward Israel, raising concerns about broader conflict in the Middle East. 6 months after Hamas attacked Israel, Israeli, American, and other allied forces intercepted dozens of drones and the majority of missiles before they reached Israeli territory. Officials said it's the first time Iran has directly attacked Israel from Iranian territory. Here's how the conflict between the two countries escalated. Tensions in the Middle East have been building on several fronts. In addition to Israel's war against Hamas in Gaza, there have been cross-border skirmishes between Israel and the Lebanese militant group Hezbollah and attacks by Yemen's Houthi militia against Western interests in the Red Sea. Hamas, Hezbollah, and the Houthi rebels are all backed by Iran. On April 1st, an Iranian diplomatic building in Damascus was hit in what Iran says was an Israeli airstrike. The strike killed top Iranian military officials, including a senior member of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps elite Quds Force. It was one of the highest-profile killings of Iranian military leaders in years. Israel didn't confirm or deny responsibility for the strike, but Iran publicly threatened to retaliate following the attack. Israel and Iran have had a years-long shadow war. They don't attack each other directly. Instead, Iran attacks Israel through proxies, and Israel responds directly against those proxies, rather than directly against Iran on Iranian soil. What was different here is that this was the most direct attack on an Iranian asset that we have seen. On April 4th, Israelis started to report GPS errors, with some apps placing Tel Aviv residents in Lebanon's capital, Beirut, some 130 miles to the north. The reason was that the Israeli military was scrambling GPS signals within the country to thwart missile and drone targeting systems. On April 10th, Iran's supreme leader said that the strikes in Syria constituted an attack on Iranian soil. That same day, President Joe Biden reaffirmed U.S. support for Israel, stating that the commitment to Israel's security against threats from Iran and its proxies is ironclad. On April 13th, tensions came to a head when Iran began sending drones and missiles toward Israel. Air raid sirens bled across Israel, and explosions were heard over Jerusalem as Israel's Iron Dome air defense system kicked in. Biden met with his national security team and issued a statement condemning the attacks, stating that the U.S. helped Israel take down nearly all of the incoming drones and missiles. By early morning on April 14th, Israel lifted sheltering orders, a sign that it believes the brunt of the attack is over. Once direct back-and-forth conflict begins, escalation can happen incredibly quickly. The United States has publicly stated its intention to defend Israel, highlighting the potential for rapid escalation in the region. There's considerable anxiety and uncertainty over what will happen next in the region. Major General Mohammad Bagheri, the chief of staff of the Iranian Armed Forces, said on Sunday that the attack was necessary because the Zionist regime crossed the red line with its actions in Damascus. Bagheri emphasized that the directive for the retaliation came from the highest level, saying, "The supreme leader also said that this punishment should be carried out, and thank God this operation was carried out with the efforts of the Islamic Revolutionary Guards Corps and the help of other armed forces. In the future, the Islamic world will be able to celebrate the destruction of Israel." Though it launched a barrage of drones and missiles, Iran was not able to cause much damage inside Israel. Israel reported that 99% of the Iranian drones and missiles were intercepted, with only minor damage inflicted on one base. But Iranian General Bagheri expressed satisfaction with the execution of the operation, confirming, "We see this operation as a complete result, and this operation has ended in our opinion, and we have no intention of continuing the operation." However, he cautioned Israel against further provocations, warning that any additional Israeli actions against Iran could trigger a much more extensive Iranian military response. Yacoubian stated that both Iran and Israel can claim victory at this point and back away from the brink of escalation, especially since no Israeli civilians were killed in the strike. The world was anxious as it waited for any signs of further escalation in the ongoing conflict between Israel and Iran. After an hours-long war cabinet meeting on Sunday night, Israel had not yet decided how to respond to Iran's recent attack. Analysts predict that Israel will retaliate in response to Iran's unprecedented assault, and the severity of this response will indicate whether the conflict will escalate further. Mark Kanchan, a defense analyst, suggested that Israel may choose to target military bases, production factories, or Iranian naval assets in their response. Everyone is closely watching to see how Israel will react to the situation. Thanks for tuning in to Trendy Talks. If you enjoyed this video and want to stay up to date on the latest news and trends, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us continue to bring you quality content. Until next time, keep it trendy.